And do you have any questions before we start?
No, I just want to have fun, man.
We're just gonna have some fun.
Yep. Yep.
Done deal, brother. Let me sync up our audio and we'll kick right in.
Perfect.
Hold on to those afterburners, Fire Nation. A JLD here, and welcome to episode 1655 of EOFire. Right chat with today's most inspiring entrepreneurs 7 days a week. Goals equals success, Fire Nation. And with the freedomjournal.com, you will be accomplishing your number one goal in 100 days. Now let's chat with today's featured guest, Ola Tux Abitogun. Ola, are you prepared to ignite?
Yes, I am. I'm ready to go. I'm on fire.
Ola
Mhm.
is the creator of myEmpirePRO. He's been an entrepreneur since 2006 and is a proud Nigerian American. Tux is a marketing addict, trainer, consultant, and real estate investor. Most importantly, he's a husband and father to 2 boys. Ola, take a minute, fill in some gaps from that intro, and give us a little glimpse of your personal life.
Hey, first of all, I just wanted to say it's an absolute pleasure that you have me on here. It's a big deal for me. So thank you so much for bringing me on here. And of course, anytime we have an opportunity to share our journey with other people is an absolute blessing, literally, and of course, by way of attraction. So thank you so much for bringing me on. Um, as for me personally, I'm just a regular guy who's just on a journey, and I'm enjoying every moment of it. Lots of ups and downs, but that's what makes it exciting.
That's what makes it the roller coaster of life. And I love that, Fire Nation, because hey, just a little, if we just keep going up to the moon, it's a little boring. We just know we're going up. We need some of that little mixture in there as well. Now, Ola, what exactly is your area of expertise? If you had to break that down into just a couple sentences,
Sure.
what would that be?
So today I have quite a few things going on. As a matter of fact, I just added health consultancy to that, but I'm gonna leave that a little bit alone. But something that I'm very versatile on today is both real estate investing, specifically in the wholesaling area, and as well as network marketing. So when I say network marketing, not in the traditional sense, but more importantly, helping a lot of these network marketers out here coming out of the dinosaur age of doing things and getting into the world of actually becoming an entrepreneur. So my thing is that most network marketers come into this world of entrepreneurship with that employee mindset. They put that hat on all the way through. They're waiting for an upline. They're waiting for someone to tell them what to do. But the truth is that the opportunity out here, like now, right now today, is ridiculous, and there's so much they could do if they could just put on that hat of being an entrepreneur once and for all.
So within that area of expertise, Ola, that you're crafting right now and adding to, what's something that we don't know as entrepreneurs that we should know? Like what's something that you found out, like a tip, tool, or a tactic that you think that we, Fire Nation, need to hear?
You know, we the idea of selling time, I was a bit too, I'm trying to use the right clean word here. I was a bit too anal. I didn't want to sell time, and in recent times, actually just watching your Snapchat, in recent times I noticed you kept talking about, hey, there's some things you can't scale.
Right.
It's just some things you can't scale. So I didn't want to sell my time because I'm thinking it's because I know too much, you know. So sometimes you have to rewind back and bring yourself back to just being a human and say, listen, I don't know a lot. I don't know everything in the world. So the idea of passive residual income, the way most people think about it is, you just sit down on the beach like you and just watch sunshine. But then not 1 minute go past when you're supposed to call me, you call me. Every single time we've had this situation, you're on point. That means your hustle is on 100,000%, right? So so there's work involved, and there's other things involved, other outside of just enjoying life. Of course, you get to enjoy life. So I want to tell entrepreneurs out there, like, listen, if what you have right now, and by the way, I heard that actually from Mark Cuban too, in the past few days. He said, if what you have right now is time, then you need to find a way to trade that time for dollars. Then that's just what you need to do. eventually as entrepreneurs, of course, the dream is that you're making money from results, just results being created. You're making money from things that you've planted seeds all over the place, right? But for most people, you started with just abundance of time. And when I say time, I'm not talking about 8 to 5. I'm talking about after 5. I'm talking about the time you have available after your regular job where you sell the time. So I'm having the epiphany all of a sudden within this last 1 week to two that it's okay to sell your time if that's all you got right now.
So I love that. Number one, that you listen to my content and actually hear my content, Ola. And just kind of expound a little bit about the Snapchat that he's referring to, Fire Nation, is everybody comes to me all the time. They say, John, like, I don't want to just do one-on-ones. I don't want to trade my time for dollars. And I'm like, I get it. Like, I don't necessarily want to either, but there's a season, there's a stage in all of our lives where that is critical, that's necessary, that's mandatory, because that's where we learn. Those one-on-one conversations that aren't quote unquote scalable, the goal that you pull out of those conversations can be scalable to the nth degree. So think about that, Fire Nation, that if you can have one-on-one conversation that you have an idea from, that you then go and sell a course to 1,000 people, is that one-on-one conversation, does that no longer sound scalable because it was scalable to that 1,000th degree? Now, Ola, you're a very positive person. You have great energy. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've heard that, Nigerians are the happiest country in the world when they went through and did that. So that's a pretty cool little fun fact there.
Yeah.
What would you consider your worst entrepreneurial moment to date? The lowest of the low. Take us to that moment. Tell us that story.
So I have two, but I'm going to be very time sensitive on this. Okay, I have two, but the reason why I have to tell you the second one is because it's with respect to the other one. Okay, so the first one was which I don't consider the worst, is 2008. So when I came into the game in 2004-5, I came into the game by way of real estate. I was flipping a lot of houses, and things were going so smooth. It took me a year to get my first check, but I didn't know. It didn't matter to me because I was single, no children, there was no pressure, right? So, but I got it, and from 2005 December all the way through 2008 ending, it was just flowing. But somewhere in the middle of 2008, I started to hear the story that people couldn't get loans anymore, but I didn't feel it yet. By early 2009, I felt it, and I also knew that I had to get out of the game because there was too many dirty things going on, and I did. So some other people may consider that maybe lowest because I literally crashed a $3 million per year revenue business. I like literally just say, just stop it. Also because it wasn't necessarily my choice. The whole economy in the world was crashing, right? But the second one is the reason why I picked the second one as my worst is because once you've experienced something like that already, you become even more invincible if you come out of it and you win again, right? And you feel like, you know what, this will never happen to me again. But you guess what? Lo and behold, right? In 2011 to 12, I came online in 2009, started doing online business, and I went crazy and I went very well. I was receiving accolades everywhere, but then it crashed again because I had a partner that somehow, some way convinced me that we should stop organic traffic. So that we could just buy our way all the way to the top like everybody else is doing it, like just buy traffic, just buy traffic. I spent all my money, everything I had made, everything from even the real estate world, spent it into traffic, and we couldn't do it. We couldn't buy our way all the way to the top. It was just another rat race. We ended up in some people call it the new rat race or the entrepreneurial rat race. You're just chasing, you're spending money back, you're chasing, and nothing is happening. But you also have this image out there like you're supposed to be a winner, but inside of yourself, you know that something is missing. So that's my worst in early 2012 is when I felt my worst, when all of that crashed again. And I think it's my worst up to date because I feel like I know better and I should do better.
So what I want to kind of break into now is the lesson that you really learned from this, because I love how you use that phrase, the new rat race, because just because you're an entrepreneur, Fire Nation, doesn't mean that you're not in a rat race of sorts. If you think you can just spend your way to success, you're going to run into some problems. And people have seen that, back in the day with AdWords, when then all of a sudden Google changed and had Penguin and all these different things. And then Facebook changes their terms of service. And then Instagram comes out, starts crushing it, and you're not there. So there's always these things. So, like the fact that Ola went away from organic, obviously in hindsight is a huge mistake, but what's the biggest lesson learned for you throughout that experience that you want to make sure our listeners get?
What I want to tell is that you have money is just currency, and it's just that it's just another commodity. It's a form of energy that flows to you based on the value you bring into the world. And if you're not pushing value into the world, you think you're going to buy your way all the way to the top, you're going to fail because it's just too many forces against you. And the only thing that can beat that is number one, your brand and how much value you can bring to the marketplace. We all have value in us. It's just that some people choose not to. Some people maybe they don't know, just don't push it out into the world. Everybody brings something to the table, but if it stays inside of you, then it's just as useless as it is just to you yourself.
Fire Nation, really absorb what Ola just shared with us. It is so true on so many levels. Every one of us, everybody that's listening to my voice right now, that's hearing Ola's story, you have incredible value. And if you don't think that you're generating the kind of revenue that you want to be or generating in this world right now, it's just because you haven't figured out how to package your value in the right way and just present it to the world, to the right audience in a targeted, meaningful manner. Just keep listening to the content, keep investing in yourself as far as with time, with reading, consuming the right stuff. You'll get there. It takes time, but just know that it is there within you. Now, Ola, let's kind of shift a little bit to today, because you have a lot of cool things going on. I mean, you've, had those struggles that you've learned from. Now you know the importance of building up your brand, your business, your value that you're giving to the world. What is the one thing you're most fired up about today?
So the one thing I'm most fired up about today, there are two. Like I said, I'm gonna leave the other one a little bit for a while because it's too fresh. The
Cool.
the first one is Network Marketing 2.0, the book. So the book is only I'm literally I actually wrote it for the first time back in 2010, and it was my way of interpreting attraction marketing. Okay, and it's 118 pages, and I'm excited about it because I feel like when people read it, the people that have, especially people that have already heard about attraction marketing or content marketing or things like that, they get it all of a sudden because of the way I broke it down. So the number one thing that I get most from people that read the book is that they feel like it's coming from the heart. So I did not obey any rules of writing a book in it. You know how you have to structure things. I just kind of like just spoke from the heart, and then I transcribed, and then I cleaned it up, and then I divided it up into like a few chapters. So that's something I'm extremely excited about because I feel like it goes further, even beyond where I can reach when people get the book. Okay, especially now I'm passionate about network marketing because I have experience in that world. And in my first 3 months of being introduced into it, I got introduced back in 2009 after the market crashed in real estate. So the guy that was mentoring me in real estate said, "Hey, just sign up in this stuff." I didn't know what it was. I just signed up. When I signed up, I noticed like it's something as I had avoided years before because I didn't want to chase family and friends by way of Amway. So, but I was like, you know what? It makes all kind of sense to me right now because I was like, you know what? I need to sell something that everyday people are using, something like Coca-Cola, something like drugs, you know, that people are going to use every day regardless of recession. My wife and I were just talking about that yesterday. Air dues, even if women are broke, they still want to get that done, right? So
Nails gotta get done. I mean, it's a necessity.
exactly. So that was something that I wanted to do. So network marketing kind of spoke that to me that it was an opportunity to do that all of a sudden. So that's why I signed up in it. But I realized that everything they painted to be what it is, the warm market is not exactly what it is. And then once I started to talk about it, they would rather just paint it into another picture and say, hey, it's just the hustle. The truth is that in 2009, there was something called online marketing. At least AdWords was popping at that time. Now we have Facebook marketing, right? There are ways that you can push value into people that are not necessarily people that you know personally, but they will feel like they know you and they're willing to do business with you for any price you choose. right? And you can still build your team or whatever it is, because we all have to build a team anyway. So people are still stuck on, I just want to do the try. So network marketing 2.0 is a way for me to tell people like, hey, there's a new world out here. You can actually build a business the right way, like an entrepreneur, and still build a team, because a team is a good thing, and you don't have to lose any of that traditional stuff. But of course, you're chasing after time. Time is always a resource, and if you don't learn how to use it properly, you're going to fail, because you have competitors that are grabbing the attention of your prospects. Either you like it or you know it or not. So network marketing 2.0 was my way of saying that, but literally anyone in any type of business can learn something out of it, because I feel like always be creating is better than always be closing today. And I picked that up from Ivan Komaiko. Always be creating is better than always being closing in 2017.
ABC, Fire Nation. Always be creating. Love that. And you're going to love the lightning round. So don't you go anywhere, Fire Nation. We're going to thank our sponsors. Ola, are you ready to rock the lightning rounds?
Let's go for it. I'm still on fire. I'm still on fire.
What was holding you back from becoming an entrepreneur?
Funny enough, you mentioned Nigeria earlier, and I'm a proud Nigerian. I was born here in Dallas, Texas, but I'm a proud Nigerian, I like to say. But like everything that's good in your life, there's some things that have ups and downs. There's some things are good, some attributes are not good. Something that's not good from that, my background is culture and tradition, and it was holding me back from becoming a full-blown entrepreneur. There were certain ways we're supposed to do things, like go to school, and certain things that I know that there's no way you can be an entrepreneur and hold on to those things and you will reach your fullest potential. So it's culture and tradition for me.
What's the best advice you have ever received?
The best advice I've ever received came from my big uncle. He's my father's uncle. He's a wealthy guy. He's passed now. He passed at 83, about 5, 6 years ago. And that advice was that dirt is a good thing. I don't want to get too much into it, but I was raised to think that wealthy people always had some kind of dirt that they went through to become wealthy. And that means in terms of they did something shady. But he corrected me. He let me know that that's not that kind of dirt. That they actually talking about dirt that you have to go through, the insult, all the that most people would never want to go through. But because you went through it, you get that reward.
What's a personal habit that contributes to your success?
I'm trying not to use this word. I actually want to say the correct thing, which is detailed oriented, but I'm. Okay, so so that's a positive and a negative for me, but I think if I can channel it properly, I can use it properly.
Can you share an internet resource like Evernote with Fire Nation?
Social jukebox. That's what I use to keep my name out there. Social jukebox.
That's awesome. Actually, just 2 hours ago, I interviewed Tim Fargo, who's the founder of Social Jukebox.
Yeah.
So random.
Yep.
Do you recommend one book to join Network Marketing 2.0 on our bookshelves? What would that book be and why?
The book would be Your One Word. Is the most recent book that I read. But more. Well, number one, because it helped me target my purpose and nail it down all the way down to one word. And my one word is empire, but it's surrounding three major words, which is legacy, empire, and leverage. So leverage is something I love. I was telling you earlier, scaling and all that stuff. I love it, but you got to balance it out with some other things. And legacy is an empire. It is for me, but also leverage. I was in all about it, and now I know how to balance that out. So that book, Your One Word by Ivan Komaiko, helped me narrow that down to one word, and it kind of like guides everything else right now. But if you ask me outside of that, I should just push in the one thing into that. The one thing by Gary Keller. Yeah.
Ola, let's end today on fire with a parting piece of guidance, the best way that we can connect with you, and then we'll say goodbye.
Absolutely. And if it's okay, I'll offer a gift to your listeners, so they can go to my Empire. So not my Empire Pro, that's my company, my name. I'll go to my self blog, which is olatalks.com/fire. And over there, I have a 15 points checklist to go to 6 figures. So if you have a business that you're running right now, you have an existing product and you don't know how to take it to 6 figures, you're struggling with the balance between time and leverage and all this other resources you have to manage your money, your budget, and all that stuff. It will help you learn how to break down all those resources into 15 checkpoints that you have to get through. If you're missing any one of those, chances are you're not pulling all the money out of your situation.
And what's a parting piece of guidance?
That's a big. It's because to be honest with. Let me just be honest with you, okay? You went in and said if I say something corny and all that stuff, and I really didn't want to say something corny, but I think I'm gonna go back to dirt is a good thing, but I'm gonna put a but on that, okay? I love Gary Vaynerchuk, but hustle is not good enough. You need strategy with your hustle. You need to learn and master the skills with your hustle. Don't just throw muds and hope that something sticks. There's a method to the madness, even in the midst of all the chaos going on in the world. And that's it.
Fire Nation, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And you've been hanging out with OA and JLD today, so keep up the heat. And head over to EOFire.com. If you just type Ola, O-L-A, in the search bar, his show notes page will pop up with everything that we've been talking about. These are the best show notes in the biz. Timestamps, links galore, and of course, head over to OlaTux, STUX.com/fire for your gift. And Ola, I want to say thank you for sharing your journey with Fire Nation today. For that, we salute you, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Thank you, JLD. Thank you, Fire Nation.
Boom, brother. That is a wrap. Way to rock the mic today.
Yeah, hey, it's lovely. It's lovely. I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Me too, man. We had fun. So this is going to go live on May 3rd. I'll send you an email the week before and the day of with all the links.